All right, hey, here we are. How are we doing? Welcome, everybody. Mariner, welcome, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well also. Yeah, big tunes today. Let's just get this light on 1 second. There we go. All right, welcome. Okay, Mike, welcome to the chat. Good to see you as always. Have to wait for Bobby to stop playing with his hair. Yeah, I mean, I had a fair amount of my hair cut off, to be honest, now, so I probably won't be. It'll be getting away less, which is quite nice. But yes, I had a haircut. Finally, I mean, my hair, as it was last time you guys saw me, was I'd not had it cut since before the lockdown, so like probably like late to 2019 or something like that was when I actually last had it cut. Kind of wild. So yeah, finally glad to have it cut, to be honest. Hey Mike, thank you very much, dude, for the 200 stars. Very generous as always. Thank you very much, man. Raz Wasabi, welcome to the chat over on Twitch. Good day to you also, sir. I hope you're doing well. Mine's cutting it, mine's self-cutting, it falls out. Hey, mate, I can 100% relate to that. Yeah. All right, guys, let's have a look then. So today we're going to be flying from... now, my pronunciation on this may be pretty poor. Let me just check here, 1 second. So we're going to be flying from... Now, yeah, like I say, my pronunciation may be terrible, but we're flying from Lviv, Danilo Halstiki International Airport. I'm just going to say Lviv, because I can say that just about. In Ukraine, and we're flying to Tivat. Or Tivat. Not sure exactly how you pronounce that one either. In Montenegro. Should be fantastic. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenging approach coming into Tivat actually. So it should be it should be pretty interesting. I was hoping to get a bit of time to actually practice the approach earlier on today, but I've just not had chance. So getting my excuses in early here. I haven't practiced this approach, so it could end badly. But we will see. We will see. All right. Philip, welcome to the chat from Washington. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Okay, guys, let's have a look then. So I've got the I've got a scenery pack for these couple of airports that we're going to be flying from today. So we're going to have a bit of a look around before we get going, because these sceneries are just insane. Like, I mean, I know they're quite obscure airports, but I mean, at least this one is just so detailed. So I'm just standing outside here, hiding under this canopy from the rain, even though I think it's still kind of coming through a little bit, unfortunately. But here we are at Lviv. As you can see, the terminal frontage is just brilliant, like with this lighting going on down here. And yeah, let's have a look inside. Philip, dude, thank you very much for the 490 stars. Much appreciated, man. That's very generous. Thank you very much, dude. All right, here we are at arrivals. Let's just jump in and come inside here. It seems to be actually raining inside as well, which is a bit of an issue, I think. Probably need to speak to the architects about that one. Not quite sure why the rain's coming through there. But yeah, look inside here. This is crazy. It actually feels like a real airport terminal. And like, they've got really, really high resolution textures in here. And I'm not noticing a particularly large drop in performance either. So it's kind of crazy actually how they've managed to do this. I'm not quite sure how they've managed it, but But yeah, it's pretty cool. Got departure boards. We've got some check-in desks over there. We're going to skip the check-in because obviously we're with the crew. We're just going to head on upstairs and get to our aircraft. We'll take the stairs today. Got a long flight ahead of us. Let's get my get the heart bumping. All right. So here we are, looking over the top here. Oh, look, I didn't even notice that before. You've got some rental car stands down there as well. Another little waiting area. So detailed. It's actually crazy. This guy's enjoying his burger. Yeah, imagine if the doors did auto open. That would just be absolutely insane. That would be crazy. We're just going to ignore the fact it's still raining inside. Good thing I brought my coat. So yeah, this next area, I mean, not sure exactly what's going on here. That possibly a gym or something there, maybe? I don't know. More advertisements here. I think I've come the wrong way, guys. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we're back to the check-in hall, aren't we? Oh, look at this little cheeky little shortcut here. Right, I'm actually a bit lost here. Where do we go? As you can see, there is another area that we can go through to. All right, let's just pretend we didn't just jump off the side there. Oh, it seems it seems like there's no actual logical way to get through there into the departures area. So we're just gonna hop on up here. Got a little cafe here, looking over the beautiful car park outside. Oh, look at that! They've even got some traffic lights. Love to see it. I think that's a modelled. Looks like that's a model building. That's not auto-gen. Floor may be slippy. Yeah, it looks slippy, doesn't it? It looks slippy. All right, and here we are through to the departures area. Yeah, just look at this. Absolutely insane amount of detail in here. It just looks like a real freaking airport. No joke, inside. There's our aircraft out there. Not too busy here today. All right. I want to just show you guys one more thing before we get going here. And I thought this was crazy. Like, look at this. You've got a little Daytona shop, which I guess is like a duty free. They've even modeled... They've even modeled inside the shop, which is like... Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. Like, you literally will probably find yourself never in a scenario where you would be able to see inside there from an airplane, but yet it is modeled fully. And in here as well, this little cafe. I didn't notice this one before. Let's get ourselves a brew before we start off. What do you want, guys? Absolutely blown away by this. And this at the moment, this is on sale, this scenery. You can get 50% off on Orbex. Orbex Direct. £6 British. Yeah, 6 British pounds. So, yeah, not expensive at all. Looking outside, you can see our plane just getting serviced up there. Looking good. We've got the AREX Europe pack on, so we've got the Swissport branded stuff there, as well as the LSG Sky Chefs. Just got a default tug by the looks of things. I'm not sure if it's missing some textures for the tug or what, but Anyway, let's make our way onto the aircraft. Hey, dude, Ramsey, thank you very much for the 100 stars, mate. Not 100, 1,000. Holy crap. Thank you very much, dude. That's very, very generous of you, man. Thank you. Glad to have you back. Good to see you, mate. I hope it's not too early over there. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, Mariner, yeah. I mean, they're on sale for quite a while. They're on sale for quite a while, so I wouldn't worry about having to get it straight away. There's a few of this developer's sceneries that are on sale at the moment. There's a few of them that are in the Ukraine that are only £6. Tivat as well. I don't know if you've got that already, but that is also, I think, even cheaper than that. So highly would recommend looking at that one as well. All right. Let's just jump on board then. Let's go down to our gates. Take the escalator down here and make our way onto our aircraft. We've got our jetway. Look at this. They've even got lighting in the jetway. How insane is that? And everybody just close your eyes for a second. We're definitely not about to just walk straight through a wall. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're okay. We're okay. All right, and here we go. Hopefully, this should take us into the airplane. Oh, that's the wrong side. Don't worry about it. Okay, there we go. Here we are. Welcome. Here we are, guys. Ooh. That's the airport name, Ramsey. Lviv International. Uniform Kilo. Uniform Kilo. Oh, God, I've forgotten the name. Uniform Kilo Lima Lima. It's insane, actually. Yeah. Highly recommend looking at this developer's other scenery as well, to be honest. Oh my God. What in the world? You know what they say about baggage handlers being a bit rough with your bags? That is, yeah. Never mind. Who is the dev? I can't say the name of it, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It's a very difficult one to say. Pyreegue Dev Co or something like that. I'll paste it in the chats. Pyreegue Dev Co, something like that. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that properly. So for anyone interested, the developer of the scenery is this. Mohammed, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well. All right. Okay then, guys. So here we are. We are in the cockpit. As you can see, we are here, and yeah, this is the first time I've really had chance to do a proper stream since I got my new processor and GPU. So it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out today. The stream should look quite a bit clearer. I've cranked up basically all the settings to almost the highest possible, so it should look a bit better. Having said that, it looks like some of my settings have changed. Anyway, I'm not going to mess with that too much. But I've cranked up my in-game settings, so my in-game settings should look pretty tasty. And I'm interested to see what kind of frame rates we get. Good morning, Damiana. Good afternoon and good evening. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Yeah, hope much love, much love. Back online after a long time. Yeah, likewise. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little while. Been quite busy. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right then, guys. So enough faffing about. Let's start getting set up here. So, jumping into the aircraft here, we have the aircraft already in a bit of a turnaround state. Our flight engineer has already been in here and turned everything on for us. All we need to do now is just sort of get things fueled up and whatnot. So, we're going to go with self-loading cargo today as well. So let's get that set up first of all. We're just going to go with default everything because I don't have any kind of extra stuff for this airline. Departure time is probably going to be, let's see, in the next half an hour, let's say. Okie dokie. We're not quite ready for boarding just yet. Let's have a quick look at this livery as well. This is a new one. So SkyUp Airlines. Now they don't actually fly an A320. But it's really the only airline that flies this route. So they actually usually fly 737s. But yeah, I mean, I thought I'd just mix it up so it's semi realistic routes, but this is a real route that they fly, and I quite like the livery. Honestly, it's pretty cool looking. Like, it's not perfect, but it's yeah, pretty cool. I think nice colours, very bright. And yeah, you can have a quick look at the terminal building from the outside as well while we're here. There's another building down here that we didn't have a look at. Let's have a quick look actually. So over here there is quite a fancy looking building modelled, and the ground markings look absolutely brilliant as well. Really well done. So this here, I'm not sure exactly what this is. Well, I was going to say, have they modelled an interior on this one as well, but don't think they have. I think that's just parallax. So I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is another terminal or what, but it's got a big C on it, so that looks like a very convincing parallax effect. We've got a fuel truck here and a couple of private jets. Very, very big wings on these. That looks almost unreal, but I don't know. I suppose it could be a real thing. And then we've got like this, what looks to be some kind of governmental type building, maybe. You've got a couple of cars parked out here with even working headlights. And a few people here having a quick chat. And yeah, plenty of stuff to have a look at here. And there's also some other buildings modelled around the place as well, but we've spent forever looking at this airport, so I'm just going to get underway now. All right. 100 stars for the flight engineer. What a ledge. What a ledge. All right. Cool. Look at this car as well. We've got a nice little some kind of estate, not estate, some kind of like private saloon looking car. Very cool. All right. Cool. So before we start getting things set up, what we shall do is we shall do a little bit of a departure briefing. Get that out of the way first of all. And whilst we're waiting, let's get the weather information here from let's see, are we gonna do VATSIM? I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna be online for this route, so don't know if there's too much point. So I think I'm just gonna leave it for now. We're gonna go for Uniform Kilo Lima Lima, and we're gonna get the METAR. Now, I wonder if they actually changed this yet to have ATIS source. No, they didn't. Okay, fair enough. Alright, cool. Jeff Boy says, circle to land or circle to stall. We shall see, dude. We shall see. Like I said earlier on, I've not actually practiced this one at all. So it could be a circle. It could be circle to stall. We shall see. Off the ice. Yeah, dude. I don't know how much you saw, but this this scenery is just amazing. It's so underrated. I mean, I suppose the Ukraine is probably not, you know, the most popular place to fly in flight sim, but nevertheless, these are an absolute steal at the moment. Like these sceneries you can get on Orbex at the moment, they're £6. It's like 50% off. So, you know, if there's any excuse to buy an airport that you might not fly to super frequently, now is the time. All right, cool. So let's have a look-see at the fuzzpad. All right, so we are going to be departing on a runway 13 here at Lviv, or Lviv. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. But it's a very, very small airport. As you can see, despite having the extremely impressive terminal building, we're parked here at the main terminal. And yeah, I mean, it's quite simple, really. What we're going to do is we're actually parked at... which stand are we at? Actually, sure. Oh, yeah. We're at stand 3 right here. Yeah, so we're going runway 13, so we'll push back facing north. We'll taxi on down. Oh, these taxiways are numbered instead of being lettered by the looks of things. So we're going to go taxiway 7 all the way onto 1 and then onto, yeah, runway 13. Simplest taxi of your life. So yeah, fairly simple and straightforward. Then we're going to be using this departure. The which one did we actually plan for? We planned for the Cockup 1 Foxtrot, which is going up to the southwest, which makes the most sense. So yeah, I mean, it's an RNAV departure, so we don't need to have any nav aids tuned for our departure. It's fairly straightforward, really. We're just going to be departing out to the southeast, heading of 130. Minimum altitude required at this first waypoint is 2,960. That's 5.3 miles that leg. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think that should be a major issue in the A320neo. So I don't think we need to worry about any of these minimums, really. And, I mean, that's it, really. There's no sort of initial climb clearance. There's no upper limits to really pay attention to. So what we'll do is we'll just set our autopilot selected altitude to our cruising altitude, which I believe is 360 today. It is indeed 360. And that's it, really. It's a fairly simple departure. And obviously we've got the minimum climb gradients required. So yeah, 5.8%. Not going to be an issue for us. And notice this as well. Notice this strange transition altitude. We came across this before last time we flew in the Ukraine. Transition altitude is 10,010 feet. Very, very interesting. And our airport current elevation is 1,077 feet. So that's it for our departure. We'll have a look at our arrival once we get in the air. But that's it for the departure. All right, so let's just pop this back now, and we'll start getting things set up here in the cockpit. So we should have our fresh metal. We're going to ignore that one. All right. So to give the wind speed, it looks like in meters per second here in the Ukraine. So we've got winds at 190 at 6 meters per second. Cav okay, so ceiling and visibility okay. 16 degrees. And 8 degrees is the dew point. 1010 is the QNH. And that is all we really need, I think. So R32NX. I'm not actually sure what that. I've never come across that before, I don't think, on a Meta. Just do a very quick Google right here, because I quite like to decode these. Yeah, so R13, I suppose, this is one that they don't necessarily show at all airports, but it's here. So it means runway 13 essentially, which is what we're going to be using. And CLRD is saying runway deposit is cleared. And the 2 forward slashes at the end stand for braking action is not reported. That's it. Fairly straightforward. Great stuff. Okay, so let's say ready for boarding. We'll start getting the passengers on board here. They're getting a bit antsy. 15 minutes before we have to go here. So let's get things set up here. So init pres, bring in our data from SimBrief. We shall bring in our correct payload into the MCDU here. So I'm not going to actually use the refueling on there. I'm just going to load the payload. And then we are going to go to the fly pad here. Let's just pop that out. What build am I using, Mariner? I'm not actually sure. I was going to update it today, but I totally forgot, to be quite honest with you. So I'm not sure which build I'm using. It's not that old though. I update it pretty regularly. Mike, my PC spec is on the it's in the description of the Facebook post. If you click see more and just scroll down, it should be there at the bottom. All right, cool. So the fuel we need for today, 7523 is the figure. 7523. I love how you can just type that in there. So we're going to have to do a little bit of a defuel here. So we'll start that. So about 3 minutes for the defueling, which is nice. And I think that's all we need the fly pad for now. So that's that. We shall get started on our flows here then. So overhead, everything is good. Flight engineer's already done pretty much everything we need here. We'll leave the fuel pumps off for now. Everything else can stay as it is. We'll leave the seatbelt signs off as well because we're still fueling the aircraft. Then we shall jump on down here. Let's turn our flight directors on both sides. We'll set our QNH to 1010 as per the weather report. I'm going to turn constraints on this side and airports on that side. We're going to just press these into selected mode. I'm not sure why it does that. Maybe that will change once we get going here. I'm going to set this to 360. Yeah, that's a bit strange. I'm not sure why I can't change that. I'm going to set that to the runway heading just in case it doesn't decide to change on me. So that's fine. We don't need the VORs or anything like that because, like I said, we are we're using an RNAV departure, and I've just realised that I have not got axis and nose running, so I can't use my auto brake key. So I'm just going to click it there. So auto brake max, and everything else is pretty much good here. Okay, so let's just check down here, make sure everything is okay. I think everything else is good. We'll set this to, that's on above. Alright, yeah, great stuff. Everything is good. Rudder trim notably 0 as well. So let's jump back to the MCDU then, and we'll get everything set up. So let's go to init request. So we're going to be SkyUp 7831 today, going from Lviv to Tivat. Cruising flight level is 360, cost index is 12, and everything is looking good there. So let's jump over to our flight plan, and we're just going to punch in our departure. Runway 13, we're going to be using the cock-up 1 Foxtrot, which is this one, and we're going to insert that like so. Let's then jump over to our MFD. We'll switch this onto plan mode and just have a quick look, make sure that makes sense to us. So you may remember coming out to the southeast here, and then out to the southwest, out to cock-up, and then on our way. That looks pretty good to me. Great stuff. Okay. RadNav page, like I said, we can leave that blank. We don't really need to use that. Absolutely no problem at all. I mean, I suppose we could tune the Lviv VOR. Just for spatial awareness. Like so. And then we're going to jump on over to our init B. We'll bring in our fuel figures. We'll bring in our 0 fuel weights. Let's just check if the refueling is completed. It is indeed. Okay, so let's stick those seatbelt signs on. Okie dokie. And then we are going to stick in our 0 fuel weight there. And our block fuel, which should be, what was it, 7.5. 7.5 tons. We'll stick in the block fuel, and that is then going to calculate for us our fuel prediction. And then we are going to stick in our wind component, which is unfortunately going to be a bit of a headwind for today, minus 25 knots. Takeoff weight is 66.9 tons, which is about right. That should do it for us. And then we'll have a quick look at our fuel prediction page. So 0 fuel weight CG 29.8, 0 fuel weight 59.6. CG is 29.8. So let's just set the trims and finish off with our perf page. So we're going to do a flaps takeoff, flaps 1 takeoffs, flex to 66. Our transition altitude, you may remember, is 10,010 feet. And then our V speeds are accordingly going to be 3.4, 3.5, and 3.9. Takeoff runway 13. Okay, great stuff. So we are pretty much good on that front. Let's just put this back to arc mode. Okie dokie. Right then, so we've still got 74 passengers remaining to get on board. These guys are going pretty slowly, so we've got a bit of downtime here, so just be a few moments. Moving to Twitch. Everybody's jumping to Twitch today. Okay, dude, no worries at all. think I finished the VAT Sim training. Got to download the program now and give it some practice. Yeah, do it, dude. One thing I would advise is if you go on to like a busy airport and click on observer mode before you actually go on for real, and just listen. Just listen for a bit. I found that really helpful when I was first getting into it. So transition altitude is basically the point at which you transition from sea level pressure reading to standard pressure, like so. And it generally also indicates the altitude at which you would switch from an altitude, as in, say, 7,000 feet, as opposed to flight level 70. So above 10,010 feet in the Ukraine, you would above 10,010 feet you would say flight level 110 instead of 11,000 feet, for example. But that's what it is essentially. Alright, can we do anything to speed these passengers up? Shall we just skip ahead? Oh, it's getting very bright in here. 1 second. Bit better. How do you see that information? Ramsey, that is on the charts. So I believe you've got Navigraph, haven't you? So if I bring up the tablet real quick, you can see it usually says it somewhere at the top of most departure charts, transition altitude. Yeah, it varies from airport to airport in Europe quite a lot, but in the US I believe it's standardized to 18,000 feet or flight level 180. So, yeah, it varies depending on where you are in the world. And I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to skip ahead here and just instant board the passengers. Sally, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ian, welcome to the chat. Sydney Raid. Dude. Sydney Gaming. Yo, welcome to the chat, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you had a fantastic stream. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Thank you very much for the raid, Sydney. Hope you're doing well, guys. We're just about to get underway here, so let's just instant board the passengers, actually, because they're kind of taking their time a bit here. Let's remove the jetway now. Beautiful custom jetways here, and we'll get the tug on the way as well. All right, let's get that fuel pumps. Get the fuel pumps on. We'll start up the APU as well. We're going to flick the beacon light on, and after 3 seconds, start the APU. Let's do our before start checklist. So, cockpit prep is complete. Fuel messages sent. Gear pins and covers are removed. Signs are on and auto. Adheres are nav. Fuel quantity is 7.5 tons. Takeoff data is set. Bar ref is set. 1010. Both sides. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon light is on. Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake is currently set. And that is the before start checklist complete. Alright, good evening, Jonathan. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Sydney, thank you very much for the for the raid, dude. Appreciate that, man. Much appreciated. Dylan, welcome to the chat. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. We are getting ready for push and start here in Ukraine. APU should be fired up now. It is indeed. Let's go for APU bleeds. Turn the external power off now. Here, that power transfer over to the APU, and then we can actually go down here and just check that our power is now being supplied by the APU. If I can find the right button there. Oh my lord, what has happened there? Okay. Okay, I think that's a bit of a bug there. The electrical page does actually work really well now, but unfortunately it seems to have done something a bit strange there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but anyway. Oh dear, dear me. Alright, cool. So we've got the APU started. We've got the tug all connected up. Jetway is disconnected. I'm just going to move passengers' information over to the other screen here. Nick, thank you very much for the follow, dude. I hope you're doing well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. Okie dokie. Let's release that parking brake then. And let's get underway. Backing away from this fantastic looking terminal. Looks so good here in Lviv. Hear those fuel pumps here in the cabin. Very, very loud indeed. Alright. Engine mode selector 2, ignition, and we're going to start engine 2. Peter, welcome to the chat. Must have more hours on the Airbus than me by now. I mean, I think I'm getting there if you're not flying.
Okay, thank you.
Do love the Airbus though. It's a beautiful machine. Not a bad pushback going on here actually. Alright, I think we'll just leave it there. Let's set the parking brake. We'll send the tug on his way. Let's wave him goodbye. Goodbye, dude. Have you got the pin for me? Alright, let's start engine 1. We've got a good engine start on engine 2 there. Looking good. Guess the hairdressers are. I guess the hairdressers are open again. Yes, they are indeed. Yes, finally, mate. I haven't had my hair cut for well over a year. It's been ridiculous. Phil, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. No one has mentioned Bobby's haircut. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, so just waiting for engine 1 to start now. That's just spooling up. All right, very quiet the engines here now in the A320. Probably could have started that already. There we go. So we've got 2 good engine starts there. Let's now put the engine mode selector back to normal. Now, although we're not really in icing conditions, I don't really trust Microsoft Flight Simulator with the icing. So I'm actually going to turn anti-ice on for the engines. We'll turn the APU bleed off now and the APU master. Okay, let's do our after start checklist. Anti-ice is on, ECAM status is checked, normal as you can see here. Pitch trim is set, we did that earlier, 29.8 CG we set it to, and then rudder trim is 0. That's the after start checklist complete. We'll do a quick before takeoff flow here as well. This should already be locked. Set the flaps to 1. Turn our transponder to auto here. And then I'm going to just come up here. We'll do a flight controls check here whilst we are sat on the ground, not moving. So we'll do ailerons full left, full right, and neutral, full up, full down, and neutral. Full left on the rudder, full right, and neutral. Great stuff. So we'll do our before takeoff. Well, we won't do any more because we can't really for now, because the ECAM memo doesn't actually come up until we get rolling. So, oh no, it's already there. So yeah, we'll do it. Okay, cool. So flight controls are checked, flight instruments are checked. Briefing is confirmed. Flap setting is 1+F. The V speeds are 3.435 and 3.9 set. Transponder is set to auto. ECAM memo. We just need to check with the cabin here. Oops. And test the takeoff config. We're going to say seats for takeoff because we've only got a short taxi here. And ECAM memo is takeoff no blue. Takeoff runway is 13. Cabin crew are advised. TCAS. We can set that to TARA here. Engine mode selector is normal and packs are indeed on. So we are pretty much good to go. Let's turn the predictive wind shear on and the weather radar as well, since we are now clear of the terminal. And I'm actually going to have the put terrain on that side. Not that there's too much of a concern of that at this airport. Alright, let's release that parking brake and give a little bit of throttle and let's get on the way. Alright then, let's do this thing. Get our taxi lights on. Bobby is fuzzy, but Richard is bald. I mean, I'm holding on to it, mate. I'm holding on to it. I don't know how long I'm actually going to continue having fuzziness in my hair. So yeah, I don't know, mate. Thank you very much for the share, though, dude. Much appreciated. Race Division, welcome to the chat. Good day to you also. Oh, looks like this fire truck's going to cut right in front of me. That's what you love to see. Oh, there he goes. Not a care in the world. We're just going to close our eyes and pretend he's not there. Let's just... Whoop! No! Let's just pretend we never saw anything there. Sally, yeah, I can relate. I can relate. It's, yeah. I think a lot of people are in a similar boat. They've just not had their haircut for ages, and it's just, yeah. Oh. Just knocked my rudder pedals there by accident. There we go. You shaved your hair short earlier, says Nick. Nice job, man. I wish I could get away with shaving my hair off, but I'm still trying to, you know, hang on to it for a bit longer. It'd be so much easier if I could just shave my hair off. Slightly jealous, I will admit. Peter says, your FMA is not set, climb nav blue. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening, but it won't let me go to selected heading. Oh, okay, it will now. Alright, thanks for the reminder there. I did try that earlier, but for some reason it wouldn't let me engage selected heading. Very strange. I think that's probably another bug. Alright, let's get those strobe lights on and the landing lights for takeoff. Not a bad little line up there, actually. I think I'm just about on center line. Okay, so holding on the toe brakes for just a moment here. Just doing a quick final scan, really. We've done our before takeoff checklist. Let's see what our lineup was like. It's pretty good, I think. I think we're pretty much bang on. We might be a little bit off to the right, but not bad at all. Look at this runway, though. This is quite nicely textured, isn't it? It's got these little squares at the side. I'm not quite sure what they actually are, but... Oh, look at that as well. There's some kind of like military type apron over there as well. Loads of jets. That's quite cool. Alright. Let's do this thing, guys. Let me just fix this camera. Alright, let's just give them a very quick ping. There we go. Alright, let's do this thing. Up to 50% on the M1. Stabilized, releasing the toe brakes, and up to flex. Manflex 66 SRS. We don't have runway mode engaged. I'm not sure if that is also a bug. Climb blue, nav blue. Side stick half forwards, 100 knots, releasing that pressure. V1 and rotates. Gear up. The acceleration altitude here at Ukraine is going to be about 2,500 feet. The airport elevation itself is about 1,000. There we go. Lever climb, reducing the thrust levers to the climb detent, lowering that nose so we can now accelerate. Let's disarm the ground spoilers as well. Alright, great stuff. And let's just stick that autopilot in.
$2,500.
Wait, what? Not sure why we got the GPWS call out then. Oh, look at this. Alright, so we're approaching the S-speed. I don't want to get too distracted here. There we go. Flaps up. And then there you go. See, easily making these lower restrictions here. 2960 at this first waypoint. We're at 4,400, so no issues there. Looking good indeed. Let's look at this. Oh, look at that. They've modelled in the stadium as well. We're a bit late to actually see that on the flyover, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a cool livery. I like it. Yeah, this game looks so good with the graphics settings cranked up. So good. Like, I thought it looked good before and what I had it on, but this is just insane. Everything just looks so nice. All right. Your daughter turns 19 tomorrow. Well, wish her a happy birthday from me. Hope she has a fantastic one. Filled up says, like running a yellow light. Just close the light, close the eyes. Exactly, dude. When I cut my hair, use clippers, then use razor. That sounds super simple and super easy, dude. I'm very jealous. The little one is in more need of a haircut than me. She constantly has the unkempt look, even when I have to try and sort it out. I don't envy you there. I don't envy you at all. Chewbacca's testicles. Oh dear. I'm gonna tell my partner you said that later on. She's big Star Wars fan. She'll find that absolutely hilarious. Arna asks where or how do you get the acceleration altitude and stuff. I always leave it in the MCDU because I don't know where to find it. So yeah, I mean I'm not super clued up on this. Maybe Peter can answer the question a bit better. But I'm pretty sure, I'm probably about 85% sure that the acceleration altitude, like the thrust reduction acceleration altitude, is it's basically company specific. So it depends on who you fly for essentially, and I think sometimes it will depend on whether there is noise abatement procedures at a certain airport. So there's probably that to bear in mind as well, but I think it's mostly down to the company that you fly for. But most commonly, I believe it is about 1,000 feet or 1,500 feet across the board. So yeah, I don't know if Peter's still in the chat, if he can offer any insight on that one or not, but I'm pretty sure that is how it all comes about. So you don't actually necessarily find it anywhere like on a chart or whatever. It's more just, yeah, company specific. Race Division, welcome. Glad you enjoyed, dude. Razor Pig, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying. Thank you very much for the kind words. Appreciate that. Look at these views out the windows. Oh, I love this when you're just breaking through the clouds. Oof, yes. Views. Right. We're probably way past the transition altitude here. So we'll go to standard pressure. We shall also turn off the landing lights and the nose lights. A bit late on the uptake there, but not a big issue. So, climb checklist we should have probably done earlier, but because I was talking to you guys, I've not. So climb checklist is landing gear up, flaps are retracted, packs are on, and bar ref is set to standard. So that is the climb checklist complete, and we're just going to enjoy this departure here because this is just stunning coming through the clouds here. It's getting a bit icy on the aircraft, but you know, that's Microsoft Flight Simulator for you, isn't it? Next sim update, icing can be fully turned off. Oh my god, that's amazing. That is so good. I mean, I want icing to be on, you know, I want to have that aspect of the simulation, but if they can't resolve it where it's going to just be too excessive, then yeah, I mean, that's That's one workaround I'd be willing to put up with. Ah, nice. In the dev update, I'll double check that. I very rarely read the dev updates, to be honest, because they don't have that much information in, or I feel like they don't change that much, so I don't know. Alright, so seatbelt signs are off. Severe icing detected apparently, so yeah, this is just Microsoft Flight Simulator being what it is. Alright, so Peter coming in with the knowledge on the acceleration altitude. There's a legal minimum required based on your aircraft classification, A, B, C or D, but most do 1,000 or 1,500 feet unless you have noise restriction. And NADP 1 or 2 where you accelerate at 3,000 feet at green dot or V2 plus 10. Awesome. Nice. Thank you very much for the insight there, Peter. Appreciate that. Yeah, very, very helpful. I mean, yeah, there's unfortunately only so much you can. These little tidbits of information are so kind of. They're a lot more difficult to learn this kind of thing, you know, when you're not an actual pilot. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you very much. And then NADP, for anyone that's wondering, is noise abatement departure procedures. Oh, thank you very much, Peter. That means a lot coming from yourself. Thank you very much, dude. All right, Ro, thank you very much for the follow. Anna, thank you very much. Chris, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream, guys. And I think that's everybody. Yeah, thank you very much for the follows, guys. We are heading out to Tivat today, and it's looking absolutely beautiful up here. Look at these high-level clouds, and then we've got these, you know, obviously lower-level, medium-level clouds here. Oh, it's just stunning out the window today. This is ridiculous. Oh, you fly more than me, so... Well, I hope you get back into it soon, Peter. Yeah, I hope it picks up. I mean, in the UK, I mean, I'm sure you're well aware, but I believe they announced yesterday that they are allowing travel abroad. I think, did they say from next month? So that's pretty good. That's a good sign. Hopefully it means things are going to start picking back up for the aviation industry. So yeah, fingers crossed on that one. Oh, you got 4 flights next month. That's amazing. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. Alright, so we're still on the climb out here, approaching flight level 240. Alright. Beautiful stuff. Let's chill in the cabin here for a moment. Yeah, so today what we're hoping for is we are hoping for the we're hoping for the circle to land approach in Tivat. So it should be fairly interesting. I will go through the charts with you a little bit later on. Because it is sort of it's a circle to land approach like we did in the last stream with Calvi Airport, but it is a well, it's circle to land with prescribed tracks. So it's kind of similar to Innsbruck if you've done that approach or if you've seen me do it in the past. We've done it a couple of times on stream. So it's basically like a charted visual approach, and it should be a lot of fun. You get to fly very, very close to some terrain, and yeah, it's quite exciting. I think I've not ever done it actually in the simulator myself. I was going to give it a practice earlier on today, but unfortunately I've just not had time, so it should be a lot of fun. You've flown 130 hours in the last year. Wow. So I guess that's not a lot at all, is it really? I think I've flown more than that on the flight simulator. in less time as well. Wow. Well, I hope, like I say, fingers crossed, Peter. Fingers crossed. You read them every week to see what they're fixing stuff in the development updates. That's, yeah. I used to do that, Mariner, but sometimes I just can't see any changes on them. So yeah, I kind of just stopped reading them, to be honest. But maybe I should start reading them again. It sounds like they've changed it a bit, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next sim update. It sounds like they've got some good stuff in store for us for the sim. And obviously they've had working title on board now for a little bit, so I'm expecting to see some of their improvements come into play with the next update. Hopefully, we'll see. Might be wrong about that one, but look at this light up here. This is just stunning. Look at the fluffy clouds. It looks so realistic, doesn't it, in the simulator? When you're above the clouds like this, it just looks like, except for the ridiculous amount of icing, you know, it does look very convincing, doesn't it, to what you would see out of a real window on a plane. We do Tivat from my base, but I'm not checked it out. Not checked out for it. But never been there. Fair play. Yeah, it looks like a pretty fun approach. Yeah, I assume you have to have some kind of special training. But yeah, I've never been myself. I'm aware that it's a pretty interesting, non-standard approach. So it should be fun. Look at this out the window. This is insane, guys. I'm so impressed. Absolute madness. It just feels like you can just feel the scale of how far you can see. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have got my clouds on ultra now, I think, so that's probably something to do with it, but it just looks nutty. It looks so good. Alright. Won't let me comment as my page. That's awesome, Peter. That's weird. That's weird, Mariner. It sometimes does that for me, actually. And it's weird that it doesn't let you become a supporter as well when you're logged in as your page. A bit weird. Anyway, Facebook for you. I'm sure it changes every week, though, doesn't it? So I'm sure they'll change it at some point. Normally do 800 hours a year. Holy crap. Well, like I say, I hope it picks up. What is the CellCal code? Ah, okay. So yeah, Peter's on that one. Yeah, appreciate that. I probably wouldn't have been able to give an answer that good, so thank you very much. Paul, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Moving to Texas, gaming PC as soon as I get that. Amazing, dude. Texas sounds like an amazing place, man. Very, very cool. My brother's just been there on a couple of occasions, actually. And yeah, he absolutely loves it. Alright, still on that climb out here to flight level 360. Alright, let's have a quick look at our flight plan page. So our ETA, 20 past 3 in Zulu time. So in about an hour we've got in the air here. So we can just chill out for a bit. I've got a few pages open here on my other screen, and we can just have a bit of a chat about what is going on with these destinations that we're going to. Sorry, we'll have a bit of a chat about Tivat. We'll have a bit of a chat about SkyUp, Departure Airport as well, and just see what's going on. Let's learn some stuff. Why not? Why not? Is that accumulated ice on the aircraft? Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, the icing in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's very overdone, and I don't really know. It's a bit. I think it's a bit bugged at the moment, to be honest, because it's kind of like, even if you have anti-ice on, you will still get a ridiculous amount of ice buildup, and it's just yeah, it's just not it just doesn't seem too realistic. So yeah, that's one thing we're hoping that they will fix in the near future. But yeah, it's supposed to be accumulated ice buildup, yeah. Wings, engine and tail, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy a bit. Yeah, just slightly over the top. The ices don't work on any of the aircraft. Yeah, they don't seem to do anything, visually at least. I mean, I think to a certain degree they will stop the icing effect from actually affecting the aircraft. Although notably on the CRJ it doesn't. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit rubbish, really. Leif, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm glad you could see the difference in the graphics. Yeah, I mean, since I upgraded my, well, since I was, lucky enough to win that new GPU, I actually stuck a new processor in my computer as well. So I've upped my graphics a bit, and it's looking pretty tasty, I think. So. Yeah, it's good that you can actually notice that on the stream. Glad you're enjoying anyway, Leaf. Welcome again.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level and we're not anticipating any major delays, so hope to have you at your destination on time as planned. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items, and I invite you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
You had the ice on the wings, you'd be in trouble. Super cool droplets. Yeah, I imagine so. It doesn't look like, I mean, it just looks like the aircraft's been stood on the ground for like overnight or something, and yeah, it just looks crazy. Love it that you won. Yeah, dude. Me too. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I'm quite pleased. What was the issue with my frames per second? I'm not sure what you mean, Gregory. I don't think I've ever had any major issues with my frame rate, but installing the new processor and graphics card has just meant that I can upgrade. Well, I can just bump up my in-game graphics settings and keep the same or even a slightly higher frame rate. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Right now I'm getting 40 frames per second. 44 roughly. So not bad. I've got my graphics turned on quite high, and obviously I'm streaming as well. When I'm not streaming, it is quite a bit, probably about 10 FPS higher, which is pretty cool. Oh, when I first changed the processor, I had issues with the FPS jerking. Yeah, sometimes on some occasions I would have some quite big spikes, and it would mean that I get these big drops of FPS. I don't really know exactly why it was. I don't know, because I think it was because sometimes the simulator ran really well on that processor, but I think it was just this latest update. I don't know what's changed, but it seems to have been a little bit less consistent in terms of the performance. So yeah, it seems better with this processor, but obviously you shouldn't have to upgrade your processor just to play an updated version of a simulator. That's just silly. Yeah, I thought I'd seen quite a few people report that, Mariner, yeah. What GPU do you have now? I've got a 3080 as well. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got I won the 3080 and then I stuck in a Ryzen 5 5600X. Issue with multiplayer liveries too, not on VATSIM, but in-game multiplayer. Yeah, to be honest, I literally always have multiplayer off, so I've not really noticed any of that. And to be honest, since this update released, I haven't really had that much time to even use the sim, so I haven't really had that much chance to even come across these these issues, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, should I say. Tell you what I did get though the other day. I did get a new cable for my GPU. Very exciting, I know. But unfortunately, they sent me the wrong cable. It was a custom. I'll get it. So big props. First of all, big props to Cable Mod. It was ordered from Cable Mod, so big props to them. They're actually already sending me a new one. But yeah, so this is the cable, and hang on, let me turn the light on. You know what I need in here? I need like a blue light for the background, for the Bobby Fuzzy colours. Anyway, so Chester, welcome to the chat. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, thanks for asking. Hope you are as well. So yeah, Cable Mod. So if you own a 3080, if the Founders Edition, you know exactly what I mean. But it has the proprietary 12-pin connector for the GPU power, and yeah, the one it ships with, the adapter is just ugly as hell. So I ordered a custom cable from Cable Mod. It's the only place really that does one. So here it is. It's beautiful cable, nice and weighty. Very, very good. Very, very good quality. But on this end, the bit that goes into the PSU, these plugs are wrong. They sent me the wrong plugs. So I'm going to have to get that swapped, which is unfortunate. But what they've done is they've sent me bridged PCIe outlets on the end. I don't know the exact name. But yeah, it's weird because I believe in a normal, most scenarios, you would only ever use a bridged PCIe connector for the essentially for the power in to the graphics card. So rather than connecting, yeah, I don't know the best way to explain this, but both of these ends, to my knowledge, these are both connectors that would connect to a graphics card and not to a power supply. So it's like they've given me two of the same almost on both ends. So anyway, they're sending me a new one, so I can't really complain too much. And now I've got this completely useless wire. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that. Anyway, that's from Cable Mod. I have nothing bad to say about them because they sorted it out very quickly. So yeah, that's my exciting life at the moment. Can't hear anything at Heathrow. Right, yeah, Ramsey, I think Mariner already answered your question, but yeah, you need to make sure you tune into one of the frequencies. That's great, Bobby. I sometimes experience drop frames with the 3080, but it's an amazing GPU. Yeah, it is fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is with Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment, it doesn't fully utilize your GPU really. And I mean, I suppose it depends what processor you have, whether it's going to utilize more of your GPU or not. But yeah, it's fantastic. And I mean, I'm only playing in 1080p as well, so in other games, it's just absolutely insane. All right. Just looking at the approach for Tivat. Are you doing approach to 3.2 with circling to 14? Yes, I am indeed. Yeah. So we're coming in on the PUD. My pronunciation's probably going to be terrible on this, but we're coming in on the Podgorica 1 Delta arrival. And then there is a circle to land approach for runway 14, which basically has the it's a circle to land with prescribed tracks. That's the chart that I've got. And yeah, you'll start off on the localizer for runway 32, and then you break off at 3 DME. Yeah, that's the one. We'll do an approach briefing once we get on a little bit here. But yeah, we are making good progress. We're about halfway into the flight now, so looking good. Eugene, welcome to the chat, dude. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the chat. You're the guy from Japan. Amazing. Yeah, I remember, dude. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well today. The wing flex looks super. Yeah, it does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah, wing flex is I don't know, it's just super, super cool looking in this sim. Let's see what we've got. Whoa, amazing views. Yeah, it's freaking stunning, isn't it? When you get clouds like this sim just looks just insane. It's ridiculous. Yours is very different. Breaking off to the left at 7.3 from Tiv. Right. I'll show you the one that I've got on. I'm using Navigraph, so that's Jeppesen charts. And if I bring up the tablet real quick, so this is the arrival, the start, and then the approach procedure for 1.4. So we've got the circle line with prescribed tracks coming in on the localizer, which looks like it's actually offset. So I'm not sure how that's going to work in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know they've had a few issues with that. So yeah, we go down 3 DME, break off track 295, and then basically a right turn. So that's the one that I've got. There's these ones as well, but obviously that's a totally different runway. But that's the one we're hoping for. I mean, I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like just yet, but to be honest, I might just manipulate the weather if we can't, because I really want to do this. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh, look at those clouds. Love to see it. 20 degrees offset, right, got it. Got it. The plate says turn left overhead TAS. Oh, really? Right, okay. That is quite a bit earlier than then on my chart. I don't know if they've... maybe you've got a more up-to-date one. I'm not sure, I don't know. But, I mean, this should be up-to-date. It's on Navigraph, so... effective 3rd of December. Yeah, now you actually mention it, I think I did actually see a video of someone doing this approach, and I think you're right. Actually, I think they did break off at TAS NDB. Maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. All right. Let's see. So Ramsey says... Oh, yeah. I see what Mariner's suggesting. Yeah, so Ramsey, if you're struggling with tuning the radios, I don't know if it's... I think Mariner's saying that you might have AI control turned on. So if you open up your menu like this, and you've got your AI control, make sure that all these are turned off. So you don't want manage radio comms on, because that's just going to keep changing your radio when you don't want it to. So make sure that's off for a start off. Let me just fix this real quick. Alright, there we go. And then, I mean, obviously tuning the radios in the cockpit here is it's relatively, I mean, you've seen me do it a million times. I'm assuming you're on the captain side, so obviously, you know, this is set up fine as it is here, and then obviously you just tune the frequency, swap it in like so. But I'm sure you know how to do that. And that should automatically transfer over to VATSIM, and you can check that by looking at the frequency in the top right of the VATSIM window, the vPilot window, should I say. Oh, it is off, right. So it's just, what's happening is you're tuning the radio and it's just switching back to a different frequency. Is that what the issue is? One thing to bear in mind as well is that some frequencies, now I'm not that well versed on, you know, frequencies to do with VHF and whatnot. You know, I just tune them and speak to the people. But some frequencies, like you might not be able to always tune exactly as they appear. So for example, let's see, what did you have there? 119725. So you might only be able to tune 119720. Let's see. What am I doing here? There we go. I want to go back. So 7. Yeah, so there you go. You see there's in between 715 and 725, there's no 720, so you've got to go for 725, and that should work fine. So you should be able to put that in, and that should work okay. I'm not sure exactly why there's a slight difference. I mean, I'm sure there's someone who can probably tell me, who knows more about VHF, but I know there's you know, certain frequencies that you know, simply just don't exist, and I'm not sure why sometimes they're shown in vPilot as the right frequency, so it's just a bit confusing really, but there's probably a reason for it. I just don't know enough. Yeah, that is a shame, Peter. That is a shame. We'll be interested to see it. In fact, let me just have a quick look here and see if I can find a video where I saw someone do that the other day. And I'll just see if I can see what their chart is. Alright, let's see if I can find it. Okay, so I think it's an update. I think the chart's changed recently, I think. Yeah. Unless mine is old. I'm not sure which is which, but if you look here on this other video, yeah, you can actually see the chart he's using is probably the same as yours, really. Breaking off at Taz. And then going over, see, I knew the one I saw went over that terrain there. So I wonder if it's changed fairly recently. I mean, let's see if there's actually, if you can see the date on this.
Thanks for the help.
This one's got loads more information on as well. It's so much more helpful. Tells you when to descend and everything. Ah, right, okay. So this one is 27th of November 20, effective 3rd of December. Oh, I know what it is. I'm reading the wrong one. I am reading the wrong one. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. Right, let's pop up the tablet again real quick. So, yeah, this is the circle to line with prescribed tracks. This is the one that he was looking at. So you've got the NDB Zulu runway 14 circling approach. That's the one that probably is similar to yours, Peter, I reckon. Hey Ramsey, no problem at all, dude. Glad you managed to get it sorted. Absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you for the 200 stars. Legend. I'm glad you got it sorted. Oh, this one's wrong as well. Oh dear. Well, we've got two. They're both very, very similar though, to be fair. In fact, I don't really see any difference. I mean, there definitely is a difference, but... Looking at NDB Yankee 14. This one. Yeah, I mean, they're all circling approaches, aren't they? They all have some element of circling. But I suppose this one is obviously a lot more, has a much longer visual segment than the other two. Although I suppose no, actually not. That is still probably longer actually. But yeah, I mean the one I had in my mind to do was actually this one. I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, so this is an NDB Zulu, but it's the circling NDB. This is the one I originally wanted to actually do, to be quite honest, because it just gives you a bit more information, and you still effectively the final, you know, the final turn, the sort of exciting part, if you like, is effectively the same. DME 4, you make that right turn, yeah. So it's relatively simple. It's more or less the last part's the same. It's just the initial, which is slightly different. Yeah, so I think that's the one we're going to go for. Late 1910. Yeah, 1910 is, yeah, that's the one we were looking at originally, isn't it? So, let's see. It has slightly higher minimums, doesn't it? but it's more visual, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, both of them are very similar, aren't they? Different parts of the world have different frequency gaps. This was done to allow more frequencies to become available. The top end of the frequency band used for voice is being split from 750 channels to 280 by reducing the frequency gaps. Numbers could be a little out, as I can't remember the exact details. Amazing. Thank you very much for that knowledge, Mike. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Yeah, I'm a bit undecided on which approach to do now. I mean, they're both quite similar, aren't they? But at the end of the day, the NDB one, it's got a little bit more guidance, which I think I might need, so... So the way you do this is you brief for the approach you want to do for 14 and then set that up in the MCDU. Then you brief how to do the circling afterwards and then have the circling approach manually constructed in your secondary flight plan. Ah, yes, yes. I've seen people do that before actually on other videos. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually allow us to use secondary flight plans in the simulator just yet. I think they are in the process of making that an option. If I go down here, secondary flight plan, I mean, there's a page here, but all the options are sort of grey to indicate it's not in use yet, so we can't actually use it, but someday we will be able to, hopefully. Okay, so we're actually getting relatively close to our top of descent. 205 miles to go. We haven't put in our descent yet. Sorry, we haven't put in our approach just yet. So let's get that done now. So let's stick in our arrival. Let me just double check on the Atsu AOC and we'll get a meta real quick. Just wait for that to come through. Alright, so the winds are kind of swinging around by the looks of things. So yeah, we'll give this a go for runway 14. It might not be the ideal. We've got variable winds at 5 knots. Ceiling visibility okay, 20 degrees, 2.14, QNH 1012. So yeah, not too bad. I did read the TAF earlier on, and it was stating that the wind was going to swing around to favour us for runway 14. So hopefully, with it being variable, it will swing in that direction for us. So we're just gonna go with it. So we'll go for our arrival. Let me just check our arrival routes here. So we're going for the... Oh, these are... Oh, interesting. Okay. Got 8 into tailwind for 32, which is fine, so you can still do the circling approach. Cool. Got it. Alright, so we'll try for the circling anyway, and we'll just go for the entirely So we'll go for, let's see. Yeah, we'll go for the, the circle time with prescribed tracks. So we'll tune in the localizer for 3.2. And the star is going to be the Pod 1 Delta, I believe it was. There we go. And then, I'm not sure what's going on with the vias. That's not too helpful, but I'm going to just press no. And then we'll insert that and see how that looks. Oh dear, this looks a bit of a mess. Alright, so pod is there. That's the start of our star. Then we're going to go to Sorag, and then it should be Olivu. And then Gossut. Which isn't on there, I don't think. Oh, Gossut is there. I'm not sure why it's drawn in this extra bit here. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, now I don't know if we're actually going to be able to delete these waypoints because of how awkward this aircraft is at the moment. So I'm going to try and delete this user waypoint, which is not working, of course. Now, that is unfortunate. Can I just take Gossut? No, I can't. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna have to go to heading mode from here. I'll have to switch off nav mode and use heading. We're going to be linking up, getting established on the localizer anyway on this track, so it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. So we'll do that. Let's make sure we've got the localizer tuned on 111.3, and that should be okay. Alright, so yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of heading mode action as we get in a bit closer, but not the end of the world, I suppose. Alright, so we've got we're at flight level 360, so we need, let's see, about 118 miles to descend. So our descent will start in about 60 or so miles. Okay. Wrong arrival. I've got it in. Have I got the wrong arrival? Let me just check that. Pod 1 Delta, that's what we wanted. Let's just check my my flight plan. Yeah, Pod 1 Delta is what we planned for, and you can use this arrival for any runway. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think there's some funkiness going on with the the MCDU in this aircraft, hence why it drew in the strange line for us. Oh, got you. We've got the Pod 1 Delta, like I say, which is the one it should work. But I mean, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, there are some questionable there are some questionable functions in this MCDU at the moment, so at some point they will improve it, but at the moment you've just got to kind of roll with the punches, unfortunately. I'm not sure how to put variable winds in, so I'm just going to go for like that and 0.5. Transition altitude is a good question. $10,000 in Montenegro, and then our MDA is 2040 because we're doing the visual approach. Alright. Put in Pod 3 Bravo. I shall certainly give that a try. Now, see, I think this is some kind of telling sign that it's not working properly. But let's see how that looks anyway. Plan mode. Yeah, it's still drawing that same... I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, it's still doing the same thing by the looks of things. It's very strange. I don't really understand why it's doing that. But nevertheless, it seems to be a little bit broken. Alright, when you tune in, put the name in 3 letters. Yeah, yeah, I'm aware of that, but again, probably another limitation of the sim at the moment. I think if you're not in range of the nav aid, you can't use the 3-letter designator. So it's a little bit strange at the moment. It's very, yeah, well, it's just Microsoft Flight Simulator. Eventually they'll work this stuff out, but yeah, it's a little bit funky. All right. All right, I'm just gonna have a quick stretch before we start our descent. I'll be back in a moment. All right. Joe, thank you very much for the follow, and Denakash, thank you very much as well. I hope you're both well and having a fantastic day. Welcome to the stream. Where did I get the minimum from? So that's on the charts on Circle to Land. We're going to do a quick approach briefing now. We'll run through that. Let me just check how far we've got to go, because we're probably going to need to start descent fairly soon. So I am just going to wind in the altitude. Probably because I'll need to start the descent whilst we are doing the briefing. I'm a little bit late to the party here on the briefing, but anyways, let's bring that up. So, oh, it's way off yours. Oh, really? Okay. Well, looking at it, this is the Circle to Land with prescribed tracks, 1910, and yeah, this is the MDA for this one. So that's the approach. Anyway, let's have a look at the arrivals. So we are going for the Pod 1 Delta. I think the arrivals at this airport are a little bit messed up in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment. So I don't think it actually makes too much of a difference. But as long as we come down through these waypoints here, we should get on to the correct approach. Anyway, we're going to pass through Pod, which we already have. So we're already kind of about here. Roughly somewhere around here, heading inbound Sorag currently, and we haven't passed Pod just quite yet. What am I on about? Anyway, I can actually overlay this and show you guys. Oh no, I can't, never mind, ignore me. Anyway, we're doing the Pod 1 Delta. We're going to descend on down, max 250 knots at Sorag, so we'll make sure we adhere to that. We'll probably be below 10,000 feet at that point anyway, so I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Max 250 knots here, and then max 200 knots as we come through to Tango Victor 301. We're then going to be starting to look to get established on the localizer, so we're going to get established on localizer for runway 32. As you can see here, offset localizer. We're not doing this approach, but we will be using the localizer. So, localizer course offset, you can see, is 20 degrees here. 111.3, which we tuned earlier. And as you can see here, these are our waypoints from our arrival route. Lviv, Gossut, and then basically a straight course in towards the localizer at 334. So then we'll get established on the localizer, and then we're going to be coming on to our approach here. So after we pass through Tivat NDB, we're going to be following that track down to 3 miles from the localizer. We'll then activate track FPA mode and go to track 2905, heading outbound on that track there. We should be visual at this point with the runway, as we should be... I guess we want to be approaching our minimums at this point here. That's what I'm going to aim for, I think. And then we are going to head out on this track to 3 miles from the localizer, and then 4 miles we are going to start our right turn. At this point I'll probably deactivate the autopilot completely, and then we're going to make that right turn. Now I do want to kind of try and get an idea in my head of what altitudes we need to be at and where. So what I think I might do, just to save myself a bit of brain work, is I might just use this as a bit of a guide. So okay, so this doesn't have actually too much more guidance, so we'll just have to try and kind of work it out. So I am going to actually start the descent in the background here. I've pulled for thrust idle, open descent, as managed descent doesn't quite work just yet. So we're going to go for that. And then let's just work this out. So, yours is 5K and 1660. Interesting. This one is 1660, the NDB Zulu circling.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, you may have noticed we've begun descending your destination. We're not expecting any delays, so we should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tying
So,
the train,
yeah.
any letters that come around, it would be most appreciated. And make sure to fasten your seatbelt. For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic
Might not be ideal for circling, but with prescribed tracks, you don't need to have runway tight. Oh, really? I did not know that. I did not know that. All right. So, I want to try and work out what kind of descent profile we want to give ourselves here. So, this is a 4-mile segment here on the turn, and then 1.1 miles. So that's about 5 miles. So 5, 10, 15. Alright, my brain has just stopped working in terms of maths, so I'm just going to try and work this out. So we're going to aim to be at 2,000 feet roughly at this DME 3. That's going to leave us so we need about 6 miles or so to descend at 3 degrees. So we'll probably want to start our descent at probably about here actually at 3 degrees. So we'll use this segment 4.7 miles. Well, we can't really use that to slow down in its entirety. Yeah. So yeah, we basically need to start our descent about 0.5 miles, about DME 3.5 at 3 degrees. And we want to be fully configured at that point, really, I think. So I think that's what we're going to aim for. And then we'll take this right turn and you pass over. There's like a harbour here with loads of yachts in it. So we'll have to look out for that coming through. There's a few other landmarks as well that are added in by this scenery. But I can't actually remember what they are off the top of my head. So yeah, I think the key thing to remember here is to try and get to 2,000 feet as we approach here. Possibly, let's see, this is 4.3 miles and then 4.7. So yeah, ideally we want to be at 2,000 feet about here, and then that gives us this length here to slow down. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I think we can probably manage that though. I'm probably going to get shouted at by Peter, but hey, it's easy. You level off at your minimum, do the whole circling at that altitude until you're visual and base turn. Yeah, got you. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just, you know, I just forget the simple things sometimes. But we are a little bit late at descending here, so I'm going to have to try and keep a bit of an eye on our descent here. So we've got 68 miles now. Obviously got to bear in mind that the MCDU has drawn in that extra little bit here, and obviously we've got a bit of extra distance because of the circling procedure. So we are quite a bit above profile at the moment. So I'm actually going to try and increase our rate of descent a bit. I'm going to add a bit of speed brake just to kind of try and bring us back on profile a little bit better. We could actually use this new, which page was it? The progress page that they added recently. So we can use this for a bit of DME information. So we can put in LYTV, and I think you just need to put in, what is it, runway 14, and that should give us the distance format error. They're just 14. There we go. So we've got a distance reading to the runway threshold in a straight line from where we are. So 34 miles. So yeah, we are well above the profile here. So we've got a little bit of catching up to do. What we could probably do as well is we could tune in the Tango Alpha Zulu and just bring that up on that side. Surprising that we can't get any signal on that at the moment, but oh yes, look at this. Beautiful. Whew. I was so focused on so focused on getting things sorted there, we almost missed this really beautiful portion of the arrival. Very nice. Okie dokie. So let's see where we're at. $27 miles to go. Still a little bit high, but again, we've got that extra distance. Going to leave those speed brakes out for a bit and just see how we get on. Yeah, we could probably do with being at about what, about 9,000 feet at the moment, I think. So, yeah, we're still quite high. Yo, Swordfish, welcome to the chat, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. It's been a while. Woo. Scenery. Wait, what? Severe turbulence, say the passengers. Interesting. Something's going on with this. I'm just going to turn that one off, because that one tends to give some erroneous readings, I think. Let's have a look out this side. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Alright, so approaching 10,000 feet here. And we're going to start to slow down a bit. What I am going to do is, because we are approaching a decel point here, I am just going to pull the speeds and just wind that down myself to 250. I'm going to try and keep this speed high for a bit here, because we are still a bit above profile. I'm going to turn on the landing lights and the nose lights. Absolutely beautiful weather here in Montenegro. Looking very nice. Turn your anti-ice off, you'll make descent about 3% more. Awesome. Very, very nice. Very nice tip there. Yeah, we definitely don't need the anti-ice on anymore. Beautiful. All right, let's get the cabin crew to take away our coffee. We're finished with that now. Great stuff. All right, so because we've got a bit of funkiness coming up here on the flight plan, what I'm going to do is I think I am going to just hit track mode and we're just going to fly our current track for a while, and then I'm going to do the turn in towards the airport itself manually. Landing system. Yes, of course. Okay, let's pause the music for the approach here. Here we go, guys. Are we ready? Oh, go direct. Yeah, of course. Of course. What am I thinking? Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I want to go direct to Delta 15 for Romeo. There we go. And track mode has been... Oh, I didn't know I did that when you went direct. That's nice. Okay, cool. So we are more or less... I think we're looking like we are back on profile now. So let's bring the speed brakes in. Yeah, we are looking good. Okie doke. And volume up a little bit. You're in nav, not in track. Yeah, I just put it back to that, so it's basically just going to hit this turn for me, basically. One less thing for me to do. I suppose we can turn on the approach modes. There we go, we've got Lockstar. And yeah, don't forget to set the QNH. Thank you very much for that. I completely forgot. I was too busy worrying about our descent profile. But yes, we should have switched over to sea level QNH at sea level pressure rather at 10,000 feet. So I'm a little bit late on the uptake there, but luckily we've got a first officer on board today. Question. I might get the Xbox Series X version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. How do we control the buttons in the cockpit with a controller? That is a good question, Swordfish. I think that's what a lot of people are also wondering, to be honest with you. So, yeah. We don't know, Swordfish. I know you can set a, you can put a, what do you call it? A mouse and keyboard into an Xbox.
Minimum.
So, that might be also what you need to do. Alright, so just hit our minimum. So, we are going to continue. We actually can't see the airport at all because of this terrain. All right, so captured the localizer now, and glide slope is armed. We definitely don't want that, so I'm just going to switch it to localizer instead. As we pass through this waypoint Tango Alpha Zulu, I am going to just start slowing down, put back to manage speed, and we'll start getting configured. Alright, so approach checklist. Briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Landing distance is approximately 15 miles. RF is set 1012, both sides. Minimums are set. Approach checklist. Sorry, engine mode selector is normal. Approach checklist complete. Okay, so passing through Taz now, we are going to go to manage speed. Very, very close to this terrain here. Very, very close indeed. So we're going to start slowing down to green dot speed now. Okie dokie, and then DME 3 TIV, we want to start a left turn to 295. So let's get the seatbelts on, seats for landing, and we're going to just put that on the other screen for now.
Seats for landing, please.
Turn the seatbelt signs on overhead. Alright, so we want to just wind this to 295 now. And we are going to press that in as we approach 3 miles. Going to go for flaps 1. There's the airport. And we are going to follow this out to DME 3 from the localizer. And for some reason this NDB has not come up, so I'm actually just going to turn that off. Alright. Laps 2. Laps 3. And then we need to start a right turn momentarily to 314. Which we are going to do now. Look at this. This is crazy how close you come. And then we're going to go flaps full and gear down. Arm the spoilers. Bing the cabin. Alright, and then we're going to start our descent. 3 degrees. Going to get that started. And we are going to start that right turn roundabout now. Wish me luck, guys. Good thing I am actually on the FO's side in this instance, because I can see the runway a lot better. Alright, here is the harbour I was talking about. I am definitely quite a bit too high at the moment, still got 4 whites. And I think I've undercut that turn a little bit as well. So I'm going to increase that rate of descent, there we go. 2 whites, 2 reds, let's shallow that out. Bit too low now. Actually got a bit of a headwind here, which is nice.
400.
A little bit overshot it there, but we are looking good. A little bit off center there, trying to correct. A little bit high now. Quite a bit too high, but we are looking fine.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, bit of a balloon there, but we're down. Bit twitchy on the rudder there. But there we go. Beautiful stuff. 60 knots. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. I'm pretty happy with that. That turned out pretty nice, except for the funny rudder control, but I suppose that's just Microsoft Flight Simulator, isn't it? Manual braking, flaps up. Can disarm the spoilers as well. Woo! There we go. There we go. Beautiful. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that turned out quite well. Marks out of 10. Marks out of 10 from the real A320 pilot, Peter. Oh, you checked out for it now. Amazing, dude. Yes, you are. That's all you needed right there. Flight director's off when flying manually. Yes, dude. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. That's my bad completely there. Bit late to turn it off now, but nevertheless, let's do so. Alright, I forgot to do the landing checklist because I was a bit preoccupied. So after landing checklist, flaps are retracted, spoilers are disarmed, APU we can turn on now. 1, 2, 3. Whilst we're waiting for that, we'll just turn the predictive wind shear and the weather radar off. Now turning on the APU. Radar is off, predictive wind shear is off, and after landing checklist complete. Alright. Is this scenery a DLC? Yes, it is. Yes, it's actually on sale at the moment. It's only around, I think it's about £4 or something. It's ridiculously cheap at the moment. Where's the airport? It's Tivat in Montenegro. It is a beautiful approach, isn't it, Ramsey? And Exile, welcome to the chats. Yes, yeah, I do enjoy doing a bit of FO side because that's the way I have my controllers set up. So it just feels a little bit... it just feels a bit more, I don't know, it makes more sense, I suppose. Always take the gears down before flaps free. Got you, got you. I will bear that in mind, Peter. I was a little bit grey, a little bit of a grey area on when to do that, to be honest. I usually just did it with flaps 4, but I didn't. I had no rhyme or reason. Virtual Ego won't let you fly for FO. I mean, it's a bit different, isn't it? It's a bit different, you know. It's a bit of a change up from flying in the captain seat all the time, especially when you know, you can, you know, quite easily do it in this sim with no problems. Alright, thank you very much for the 100 stars, Ramsey. Much appreciated, dude. And thank you very much for the follow, as well as Michael and Joe. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're all doing well. I've just missed my turn off there. Also set the inbound track for landing on heading bug when you switch off flight directors. Then you get the blue line and you're off, which makes it easier doing visuals. Yeah, good call, Peter. Yeah, it's sometimes a bit of a handful when you're doing visual approaches, when you've just got yourself to change everything. But I will bear that in mind for the future. Yeah, it's very helpful. Thank you very much, Peter. All right, so let's turn the strobes off and the landing lights as we come in towards the terminal here. Oh, I've got another company aircraft here already. Very good. So this is the Tivat scenery by, I can't tell you the name of the developers, but here we are. See if we can find a spot. It's pretty busy here. Lots of GA aircraft. Looking pretty good though. Never been here, so I can't really comment on how accurate it is, but here we are. Let's go for this stand right here. Turning off the taxi lights. This is going to be a pretty difficult one to pull into, I think. I feel like. Oh. Oh, God. Somehow I'm managing it. Not sure where to actually stop, though, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm not sure where to actually stop here. I'm just gonna swing it around a little further. In fact, no, we're just stopping there. We're just stopping there. I think you're supposed to stop on that yellow dot, but that's where we are for now. All right, great stuff. Let's get a... well, let's first of all get the APU bleed on. Let's turn off both the engines. Oops. Wait for the engines to spool down.
Cabin crew, doors to manual, please.
Stop the chrono. Turn the beacon light off. And let's get...
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
let's get some stairs on the go. I don't know if the stairs are actually going to work because they generally don't work too well in the sim. Well, no stairs have appeared, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Anyways, let's see. We've got the main door open so we can get the passengers off. Looking at self-loading cargo, this has been much nicer with the landing rate for us. 125 feet per minute, 1.01 G. Let's turn the seatbelt signs off.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit Once again, I hope you enjoyed your flight with us today. On behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, we wish you a safe and
Very, very
from the airport.
nice rating. Only 53% satisfied. I'm not sure why it's so low. I guess people wanted food or something. Like more than 10,000 hours on the Airbus. I feel all rusty looking at all this going on. Well, I hope it's a little bit of a refresher, Peter. Maybe it's helpful actually. I don't know. Once below 10% M1, you can take beacon light and seatbelts off. Got you. Awesome. Really appreciate your input, Peter. Yeah, hopefully my procedures are somewhat acceptable. So yeah, maybe it is a little bit helpful. All right, let's throw that away anyway, and let's just start cleaning up in here. So everything off here. Transponder can come off. I didn't do anything with the TCAS in that flight, but it doesn't work, so never mind. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much good to go here. I don't think there's too much we need to do. Let's turn the fuel pumps off. And everything else can stay as it is for now, really, I believe. So let's do the parking checklist. So yellow electric pump is off. APU bleed is on, engines are off, seatbelts are off, external lights are as required. Fuel pumps are off. Parking brake is in, or on rather. And that is parking checklist complete. So let's wait for the passengers to disembark here, and then we'll see what rating they give us. You're doing fine, but if you're flying in my company, you would have had a phone call now by flight dress who are monitoring all flights live as several procedures were broken. Oh no. Oh no. Which procedure did I break? Just out of interest. Let's view our report. Okay, there we go. Nice. So we got an A+ pilot grade apparently. So the passengers think I'm a good pilot, maybe not the company. And yeah, lots of thumbs up. We are on time and early, and we got a good landing rate. Passenger rating was kind of low, but I think it still worked out. So that's good stuff. It's all related to your specific airline. Oh, I see. Right, got you. Okie dokie. So let's secure the aircraft then. So all passengers are now off board. So let's turn the ADIRs off. We can also turn... For some reason the external power never showed up. It's here, but it's not selected for some reason. Anyway, it's a bit late to worry about that now. Let's turn the no smoking signs off. Emergency exit lights can come off. And we have pretty much done everything up there. Nav lights off as well. I think, to be honest, I think I pretty much checked everything else. So let's just power down the APU. And then we can do our securing the aircraft checklist. So brake temperature, we didn't actually check, so I will just have a look there. Brake temperatures are good. ADIRs are off, oxygen is off, APU bleed is off, emergency exit lights are off, signs and no smoking is off, and then APU is off, and the batteries also should come off now as well. So, oh, the external power now has turned up. Alright, so let's turn the batteries off, and there we go. All shut down, and oh, we've still got a door. Let's just close that. Alright, so here we are. Welcome to Tivat, everybody. Let's have a quick look around the scenery before we wrap it up. Yes, this is looking pretty damn cool. Alright, let's see. So, Q&H was late, yes. Q&H was late. It's actually very rare that I missed the Q&H there, so, yeah. Bit of a sad one, that one. Just being config 2 by 2,000 feet. As an example, you're flying at 250 knots. Got you, got you. When selecting flaps 3 before gear, you'll get on the real plane a too low gear warning. Ah, okay. Got you, got you. Good to know. Yeah, appreciate the input though. That's amazing. Kevin, thank you very much for the follow as well. Hope you're doing well and having a fantastic week. All right, so here we are. Look at that. A little bit of sunshine just coming through the clouds there. Very, very nice. This sim looks so good. Right, let's have a bit of a browse around then. So, look at this surrounding area. It's just so beautiful. All right, so let's have a quick look. So we've got a little fire station here. And, I mean, it's quite a small airport, so there's not too much to look at here, but let's have a quick browse around and see the general quality of the scenery. Looks pretty good, though. I mean, this was one of the first sceneries to come out for Microsoft Flight Simulator made by a third party. So you can tell it kind of doesn't use all of the tricks in the book, if you like, in terms of features available with the SDK now. You've even got a little cargo type area, which is pretty cool for getting the baggage. Oh, wow. Even got the baggage claim here, little check-in desks. Oh, you love it. And even some walking... Oh. Yeah, some walking people as well, and a partially modelled interior. That's very cool. Very cool details there. What else we got? Little parking area in here. Definitely didn't need to put stuff inside there, but they did anyway. And then I guess this is the departure terminal, is it? Potentially? No, I think there's actually 2 terminals, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. So we've got Terminal 2. And I guess there's a Terminal 1. Nice. Oh, look at that. Some nice little details there. Very, very nice. These vents look nice and shiny. Beautiful. What an area. I wish I'd recorded that landing, to be quite honest. Using Flight Recorder, I always forget. So there we go, guys. We are here in Tivat. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight today. That was certainly a lot of fun. Appreciate, obviously, all the tips from Peter. Always love hearing from a real pilot. And yeah, I hope it's been somewhat helpful as well. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for the support. As always, if you followed today, I appreciate that. And yeah, thank you very much. Oh, how could I forget, actually, before we go, let's just have a quick look at Sim Toolkit, and we'll have a quick look at our landing report here. So let's just finish that off there. And yeah, so Sim Toolkit seems to have given me an even more generous landing rate, 94 feet per minute. Yeah, so centerline deviation 8 feet to the right. We were in the touchdown zone, so that was good. I thought I actually ballooned for a little bit there. We definitely did sort of balloon a little bit, but still well within the touchdown zone. Roll was 2 degrees. Pitch 4.76. 1.10 Gs. Speed 126 knots. So yeah, pretty decent landing, I think. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, so there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed once again. Thank you once again for tuning in. And yeah, thank you for all the support. Ramsey, thank you very much for all the stars. As always, mate, absolute legend. Mike, of course, thank you very much for the continued support as well. Thank you very much. All absolute legends. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm not sure when it will be yet. Probably on the weekend now. But stay tuned to my Facebook page where I'll post when I go live. So once again, thank you very much. Peter, enjoy your rest of your afternoon. Have fun fertilizing your grass. Thank you very much, Mike. I'm flattered that you believe in me. And yeah, I appreciate all the support. As always, mate, thank you very much. Ramsey, take it easy, brother. Swordfish, good to see you again. Take it easy, man. I'll catch you in the next one. And of course, everybody else who's tuned in today, thank you very much for the support. Mariner, take it easy if you're still in the chat. Eugene, thanks for dropping by. Exile as well, thank you very much. And Leaf, of course. Chester, Gregory, Paul, Phil, and Richard, Race Division, Sally, Razor Pig, Dylan, Nick, Jonathan. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Apologies if I've missed anyone. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Peace. Hi everyone.